Hi there. No matter where you are in your toxic relationship, just getting into it, wondering how you're going to get out of it, leaving it, having already left it, I can just about guarantee that you experience what we're going to talk about nearly every single day. Fear. Crippling, burning in your stomach, head spinning fear. Anyone who has gone through this knows what I'm talking about. And the sad thing is that many people who have not experienced emotional abuse have no idea. And these well-meaning people might say something to you like, I don't understand. What are you so afraid of? It's not like he's hitting you. Maybe he has or not. What are you so afraid of? Well, for however long you've been in your toxic, emotionally abusive relationship, the narcissist has been motivated by power. And one of the ways that a person like this can get power over you is to put you down, to make you feel afraid. And so during the relationship, you might have gotten comments about something like, yeah, you know, the difference between you and I is that I can go out and make tons of money. You can't. I support you. I treat you like a princess. Whatever it is. And so as you get to the place in the relationship where you know, enough is enough. I'm not going to live like this anymore. Then that fear starts to burn. And for a lot of people, this is so debilitating that it is almost a signal that, oh no, I gotta stop. I can't leave. I'm not doing the right thing. He's right. Maybe I will go live in some crappy little place. Maybe I won't be able to support myself. Worst of all, maybe nobody will love me. And so that fear becomes a guide. It's definitely a guide, but don't misinterpret those signals as you should retreat, you should go back, you should stay where you are. That is the place to fear. That is the place that is literally killing you. It's destroying your physical and emotional health. It's destroying your connection to you. It's destroying your self-confidence. Maybe it's already destroyed your network of friends and family, whatever. That's the place to fear. Moving on from the relationship, feeling that fear, connect with it. Yes, I'm moving on from this. And there's fear about all sorts of unknowns. But every day when I hear his voice in my head, I'm going to stop and say, okay, I hear that. What's another thing that I can tell myself? You'll never make it, his voice says. My voice says, watch me. You're going to go live in some crappy little apartment somewhere. Okay, if I do, it'll be a lot better than here, right? So you are challenging whatever that old voice is that comes up. And it might just be your partner's voice. It could be that you're still hearing a parent's voice, whatever. But notice it, hear it, and try to look at it with interest like, wow, that's pretty powerful. And yet, I'm not going to have that voice guide me. I'm going to use this fear to propel myself forward. So let's talk about some of the things that are used to instill fear. We've talked about threats about the quality of your life changing dramatically. And for many, especially women, it often does. Can you survive that? Probably. We have to get creative, Learn about what's out there, learn about the supports, learn about job training and, your job, getting a better job, whatever. It can be challenging, and yet it does not mean that you're going to be sentenced to that forever. Threats about a beloved pet. Yeah, I'm keeping the dog here with me. You can't take the dog and you'll never see the dog again. You love your dog, right? Or your cat, or whatever it is. And you're being threatened. So you want a plan. You want a plan of action. Don't threaten back, no, I'm going to take the dog. When and if you leave, make that animal a part of your plan. Worst yet, children. Many narcissists begin a campaign to turn the children away from the other parent. So that smear campaign that we all know happens and we're terrified of is happening with those that you love more than anyone, your children. This is tough stuff. Oftentimes the narcissist will threaten, you'll never get the kids, I'm going to take the kids, I'm going to prove this or prove that in court, blah, 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 right? All right, we're going to address that more in another video to come because that's a huge area that we want to talk more about. But just, because the person says it does not mean it's going to happen. Those of you who are suffering that your children haven't spoken to you in years, that they've been turned against you, my heart just absolutely breaks for you. This does happen, but there again, not a reason to sacrifice your life, your physical health, your emotional health to stay. So you may be threatened with those things, and they're probably the most terrifying. Another thing that's terrifying is the inevitable smear campaign. Within your home, you have been told shameful things about yourself. You have been treated as though you don't matter. Told no one will love you. You can't do this, you can't do that, you do everything wrong. Whatever it is, it's been a steady stream of negative, shaming stuff that you may have felt you've been able to contain to within your household. When you open the door to leave, it feels as though you're opening the door for that shame to just flow out to the world, because there is an inevitable smear campaign. There will be lies told about you. And if you're checking in on it, listening to what's being said, paying attention, it's going to eat you alive. So what's the best defense? Hold your head high. Be who you are, not who he says you are. And rather than getting in a back and forth, he said, she said, simply saying, this is a painful time. And some of the things that I've heard that are being said about me are not even close to the truth, but I don't even want to give energy to that. So I just want you to know I appreciate your friendship, your support, whatever it is, your love, and I'm going to ask that that you not tell me about those things, because they don't do any good. They don't help me at all. So doing what you can to maintain your relationships without feeding that crap, because the minute you start listening and paying attention and, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. I can't believe that he's saying these lies about me, that he's accusing me of these horrible things, it'll eat you alive. And then you start trying to defend yourself and, get people to listen and, and then oftentimes you really start looking kind of desperate, because how do you fight this flood of toxicity that is going out in the smear campaign? You can't fight it head on. You can only close the door, leave it behind you. And this is why no contact is so absolutely essential. As long as your toxic abuser thinks that they have a way to get to you, they'll use that. So go back and look at my video on no contact. Send me a message. You know, this is so critically important, and there is a way to do no contact no matter what your situation, whether you have children or not, and there might be slight variations, but it is absolutely essential. Don't drink the poison anymore. And when you feel that fear that says, I can't go anywhere, I can't do anything, I'm absolutely frozen, take a moment, take a deep breath, embrace it. Because that fear is a part of what will propel you forward to freedom, to a future where you make your decisions, where you make your choices, where you thrive, you grow, and you blossom. I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, I have been where you are. I understand what you're going through, and I'm on the other side. I am absolutely here to help. So go make it a great day. Thanks for tuning in.